Hello everyone and welcome back to the Amateur Baker and welcome to day 10 of Baker Day in February. Today we're doing something that's a little bit different. When I was researching everything that I could make for this month, I wanted to throw in some savoury things as well because baking isn't always sweet things. I was trying to come up with ideas, or enough savoury ideas to sort of throw it in the mix. It's a good pun. So that we had sort of an equal amount of sweet things and savoury things, and I came across this recipe and I thought it sounded amazing and I really wanted to give it a go. So the recipe is from BBC Good Food and they're called cheesy sausage rolls, but it's not what you would expect because it's not sausage rolls in a sense of like sausage meat wrapped in pastry. It's like a bread mixture that has chopped up sausages in and cheese. The recipe also says spring onions, but I don't like spring onions, so I'm just not going to put it in. I've already greased a muffin tray with some butter. The recipe says to use garlic butter, but I didn't have any and I didn't want to make any because I just couldn't really be bothered. So we're just going to use some melted butter and go with it. The first step is to make up the bread mix following the instructions on the pack. Is it cheating to use a bread mix like this rather than attempting to make the bread from scratch by myself? No, because the ingredient specifies a 500 gram pack of bread mix. So this is just a standard white one and it literally says all you need is 500 grams of white bread mix and 320 ml of lukewarm water, which I have here. I don't know exactly what temperature lukewarm is, so the water that I've got might be a little bit too warm. It seems like a lot of putting it in a bowl, mixing it together, taking it out of a bowl, kneading it, putting it back in a bowl, leaving it. So what I'm going to do is just make it on the table and hope for the best. And then I actually have a bowl here that I have greased rather badly with some oil, which I'm going to put the dough in, put a tea towel on top, and then I'm going to leave it in a warm what's the word? A warm area for about 40 minutes until it's risen. The water's going on the table. Who would have thought that, eh? Pour water and it goes straight onto the table. You know when you start to do something you think, yeah, that'll work, that'll be a good idea. Knead and stretch for 2 minutes, mould into a ball, rest for 5 minutes. Well, I don't think I can get any more kneading out of that. So what I'm going to do is put it into the bowl, put a tea towel over it. I'm going to go put this in the kitchen to see if the dough will rise. If it doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do because I haven't bought another bread mix. So I just hope that this one will work. But I know that it needs to be in a warm place so that the yeast that's in it can sort of activate and rise. So that's what we're going to do. I'm also going to wash my hands, clean up, and we'll go from there. I am back about an hour later. I checked the dough at the 40-minute mark, and I don't know if it's just because of the bowl that I've put it in, it didn't really look like it had risen much. It has actually risen a lot more than what it was when I first put it in. So this is now what we're sort of dealing with. It's relatively spongy, so we're going to go for it. So we'll cut the sausages first. I have the sausages here. I actually cooked these hours ago because I thought, you know, it's probably going to take a while, but I didn't realise that this recipe was going to take so long to actually make. So I cooked these about 4 hours ago and I thought I'll just let them cool while the dough's rising. Okay, so we're going to roll the dough out now. I'm going to do it on this chopping board and sort of use this as a guide for the size that we want to go for. So I'm just going to... Now this is where it could all go wrong because I put too much flour on it. It says to roughly 50 by 30 centimetres. we are well off 50. Oh my god, I actually managed to get it to the size it says. Then says to brush it with the garlic butter. Obviously, like I mentioned before, we don't have garlic butter because I couldn't be bothered to make it. So we've just got normal butter, which is kind of congealed a little bit because it's just been sat. Place the sausages on it. I have in here 200 grams. The recipe says for 200 grams of mature cheddar, but I've only got medium cheddar, and I've put a little bit of red Leicester in there just to give it a little bit of flavour. I don't know how well this is going to work. See how this goes. Should I go from the middle? They're not very even and they don't all fit, but they look pretty good. Dab the remaining butter over the tops, cover loosely with oiled cling film, and then it says to put aside for 30 minutes for them to puff a little bit, but if I leave these to puff up, they're not going to bloody fit properly. I'm just going to pop them in the oven and see how it goes. It says on 200 for 20 to 25 minutes until golden and risen. So I'm going to pop them in, check back in when they're done. It's been about 50 minutes? I don't know, I lost track of time. And I've just taken the rolls out of the oven and they smell amazing and they look so good. I've put them all in this glass Pyrex dish because I don't have anything else to put them in right now, to be honest. Oh, it just smells so good, and the bread's turned out really nice. I am going to try one as well because I'm really excited about this. It's still quite hot, but we'll see. See if I can get a nice... I'm gonna go for it. I've made bread. That tastes amazing. That tastes so good. That bread tastes perfect. It's not too dry. It's not too crispy or crunchy. Dough inside is cooked perfectly. Cheese, great. Sausages, great. Bread, fantastic. These are a definite win. These would make such a good lunch time meal thing. I started that sentence and I didn't know where I was going with it. I would say to everyone to make these. On that note, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up on the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any other videos that are coming up for the rest of February. There will be a playlist linked at the end and down below in the description in case there's any videos that you might have missed or you want to check back on the recipe. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.